So, on the 1st of this year, LEGO released set 76964 Dinosaur Fossils T-Rex Skull. A beautifully crafted, well-priced and affordable model, especially from a theme that is half the time anything but. However, with all that said, it has one major downside. It is horribly inaccurate to the real thing, as shown by one of my favorite YouTubers, Cheesey Studios, who did a very in-depth review where he got a real T-Rex to review it. And because I want to do right by LC, I decided to take it into my own hands and fix the LEGO set for her. So let's take a closer look. Okay, enough of that, back to normal. Sorry Cheesey, your style's just too classy for my plebeian tube side. But yeah, when I saw that video, I instantly knew it would be a fun idea to try and do an LC version of the set. And it was surprisingly difficult. Honestly, no wonder LEGO makes so many big sets. Making stuff small is hard. But overall, I am immensely proud of how it turned out. However, starting with the fossil, while I do think it came out well, you'll instantly notice something, especially if you've seen the original video.
Real T-Rexes have 5 toes on each foot,
whereas this one only has 4. And that is because I only had one idea as how it could possibly add more toes, and it did not look good. And while I could have made this thing a whole lot bigger and probably make it a whole lot easier. However, one of my main goals with this was to actually either make it in scale or very close to in scale with real dinosaurs. Specifically, I used this shot of the video to get a scale of what I'd be working with. So I guess it's in one accuracy and out the other. Although looking at a real T-Rex, it's not that hard to just imagine that this particular fossil was made from a foot that just had 2 of its toes together. And even with all that said, I'm still quite happy with how this fossil came out, especially with how I managed to execute the plaque at such a small scale. Also, and this isn't really a feature, more so a byproduct of how it's assembled, but it is actually easily removable. Next up is the skull, which I genuinely can't tell if it was the easiest part to build or the hardest part to build. And part of that is because there is shockingly not a lot of resources as to what a gecko skull looks like. Now that I think about it, is that actually to be expected or is it actually just shocking? And so I was stuck with only going off of what I could find off of Google, specifically these images right here. One of which seems to have goggles for some reason. So it's kind of hard to tell where one bone ended and where one began, specifically the jawbone to the upper skull. However, comparing the two, I think I did a pretty good job. Whether someone would look at this and say, hey, that's a gecko skeleton, would probably completely depend on their expertise on gecko skeletons.
The time has come.
Also, I have it open because that's how it is in the set. However, if you want to have it more accurate, you can actually close it. And finally, we have the base itself. I basically made it 1-to-1 from the actual set, aside from just scaling it down, even down to the placement of the leaves themselves. And finally to the back, where the original set had a mosquito and amber, I decided to place a little piece of cheese. And with that, that is why I'm calling Dinosaur Fossils LC Skull. Anyway guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and to Cheesey if you're watching, thank you for being one of, if not my favorite LEGO YouTubers, and just one of my favorite YouTubers in general right now. In an era where it feels like all LEGO content is either person does nothing but talk in front of a white box, which we've been doing since like probably 2010, and maybe 2 people putting the effort in. 2. In this video I built a pretty decent mock, gave you a seizure, and lied through my teeth.
That crab never existed. She didn't exist.
The amount of style and personality Cheesey puts into his videos is nothing but refreshing. But even outside of that, his videos are just really good. They range from the epitome of class and style to just being really fun. Yeah! And while I am biased as I am actually interested in Legos, I would totally recommend this channel to someone who isn't. And honestly, if that's not enough to sell you, come on. Look at these thumbnails. Look at these thumbnails and tell me it's not going to be the best video you've ever seen that isn't by a balder British DILF. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out Cheesey, his channel will be down in the description. Like and subscribe because my next video will be nautically monstrous. Links will be down in the description, or just take a break from social media because you probably need it. I'm probably gonna go build a set in my backlog.
Have a great life.
And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.